Es un privilegio tener aquí a Colson, como sabéis, doble ganador del Premio Pulitzer por El ferrocarril subterráneo y por Los chicos de la Níquel, las dos novelas anteriores al ritmo de Harlem, una visita que le ha traído aquí a Madrid, y de aquí iremos a Barcelona, donde estará en el CCCB, en el Centro de Cultura Contemporánea de Barcelona. Así que muchísimas gracias, Colson, por acompañarnos con este lanzamiento. La novela El ritmo de Harlem es un quiebro quizá frente a las dos novelas anteriores, que fueron dos éxitos rotundísimos. El ritmo de Harlem se publicó el año pasado en inglés, donde también tuvo una extraordinaria acogida, y es un retrato fantástico del Harlem de los años 60 a partir de un personaje entrañable y creo que extraordinariamente humano, como es Ray Carney, con todos los defectos y las virtudes de los seres humanos. Voy a empezar haciéndole un par de preguntas a Colson y luego os daré la palabra para vuestro turno. Lo único que os pediré es que os identifiquéis con nombre y medio y hagáis la pregunta. Colson, primero buenos días y luego, ¿por qué te embarcaste en la escritura del ritmo de Harlem después de dos libros tan serios, tan sólidos como los dos anteriores? ¿Es una manera de buscar un poco de oxígeno, de aire libre?
I think partially, in the past I've written, I usually write a serious book and then a more humorous book. So it was rare for me to write Underground and Nickel Boys, which tackled such heavy themes back to back. And from the very first page of Harlem Shuffle, I was very excited to be in Ray Carney's world. I could make my weird jokes again. The tone was very different, and so it was very liberating. But I do take eccentric shifts in my work. The novel before The Underground Railroad was a zombie apocalypse novel, so I'm never doing what people are expecting, and for me that keeps the work fresh.
Por lo que has contado y por lo que sabemos, porque la vamos a publicar, tu siguiente novela sigue en el mundo de Ray Carney y de hecho es la segunda parte en una trilogía. Tu idea es hacer un gran fresco del Harlem en la segunda mitad del siglo XX. ¿Cuál es un poco tu proyecto?
It's a character and a city. I always hated it when people would say, the city's almost a character in this book. Like, Dublin is almost a character in Ulysses. It sounded like such a cliche. Halfway through Harlem Shuffle, I realized, I guess New York is a character, so I have to just go along with it. And so originally it was going to be one story, one heist, and it became three different stories in 1959, 1961, 1964. And I kept coming up with different jobs, heists, capers for Ray Carney, and it became two books. And if you do two books, you might as well do three, just a rule of three. And so it's going to follow him and the city in the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s, and each decade is a very different time in Ray Carney's life. He's 30 in the first book and 50 in the third book. New York City goes into a financial disaster in the mid-70s, comes out of it in the 80s, and in some ways Ray Carney's fate is written in the city at large. So it's been a really great and invigorating project for me, and I'm eager to see how Spain receives it.
Se publica en julio de Club Manifesto, así que
The second book is coming out in America in July, and I wrote it during the pandemic. For that first year, we didn't leave the house. We ordered in food. The city was deserted. I actually have a few pages of